So what kind of craziness are you about to do?
Well, somebody told me about this mine in the Turtle Mountains that you can only access it by hiking in. So I've been wanting to do a backpacking trip for a while, and I figured this would be the perfect overnight, and as a great way to kick off my own YouTube channel. So Gly is going to take me out here and dump me in the desert for the night, and he will pick me up tomorrow afternoon. So the Turtle Mountains have very little water. That means I'll have to carry in all my own water, which I'm somewhat used to that, backpacking in the desert Southwest before. And the weather should be perfect. It's supposed to be in the 60s. Might be a little windy later on, but it's just for a night, so it shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, Laura is a very, and when I say this, I mean it, very experienced backpacker. And so while I'm back at the RV editing
for AC,
the next episode of Adventure Coolness, of which today is the 11th, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, today's the 11th, Saturday the 11th. We just finished up filming the next episode of AC yesterday. The winds finally calm down, and yesterday was just an absolute beautiful bluebird day. So went out there, got all the filming done, and so now today I have to dump cards and start editing and doing all that fun stuff. So that episode is going to be delayed. I don't know if I'll get it out. Definitely not tomorrow morning, and maybe not Monday morning, but maybe Tuesday morning. The whole thing was delayed due to everything that was going on in California with the wind issue. I'm sure you guys have seen all of that on the news by now. Here in western Arizona, it was nearly 4 straight days of high winds from 30 to 60 miles an hour. So that's why this next episode of AC is running late. All right, now that you know that, so why did I put Laura onto this little overnighter backpack trip while I'm editing? Because the mine that I'm sending her to is the second mine I ever documented for abandoned and forgotten places. And at this mine, you have to hike into it because it's a wilderness area. And so just a quick little backstory. Going back to 2019, I was still in recovery from chemotherapy and all that stuff, and I had terrible neuropathy. And this is one of the challenges that I gave myself back then. It was one of those do or die kind of a challenges. So I set out this challenge. It's about 3 miles from trailhead, 6 miles round trip, and I did it. So I came out here with what I would consider at that time stage 7 or stage 8 neuropathy. Stage 10 is, let's just consider that bedridden, okay? So I did this hike with about stage 7, stage 8 back then. These days I'm only at about a 2, okay, 2 or 3. And so I thought, yeah, you know what, Laura, that would be a great idea for you to go walking in my footsteps and to take a look at these mines. And then this will give you a great opportunity to do some filming on your own solo as we move forward, because I'm going to be teaching Laura the basics of editing, and she's going to start producing her own content on her own channel just as soon as we get that up and running. And we will make sure everybody is notified when that happens.
It'll be a little different from what we're doing now, yet it'll still have some of the same themes as A&FP does.
Yeah.
For the most part. I mean, there'll be it's not always going to be mines that I hike to. But
right.
If something looks kind of curious on the map and it's not too far away, then I'll probably go and check it out.
Yeah, it should be pretty cool. This is a good way to, because when I'm at the RV and I've got the computer all tied up with editing, there's not a whole heck of a lot that Laura can do around, you know, other than maybe go for a walk or read a book or, you know, hang out around the RV, you know, stuff like that. So that's why we came up with this. So it's like, hey, you know, while I'm editing, go have some fun.
And I also did, several years ago, I told myself as a New Year's resolution that I wanted to camp out every single night of the year, which I did. December and January were the worst months because it was cold and it got dark so early, but at least I was car camping so I could have a campfire, whereas when you're backpacking, depending on the weather conditions, you might not be able to have a fire. So you gotta plan on spending some quality time in your tent.
Yeah.
And the following year I wanted to do a backpack every month of the year, but those plans fell through. So now I figured this might be the perfect opportunity to do that.
Yeah, and it is gonna get chilly tonight. I don't, you know, many of you that live in different parts of the country or even abroad, like in the UK or Australia, in the wintertime here in the Arizona desert, at night, it can get down into the low 40s. That's Fahrenheit. I don't know what that translates to in Celsius. But Fahrenheit, low 40s. And last night it got down to 37 Fahrenheit where we're at. So here, where there's going to be a little bit higher altitude, it might get even chillier, maybe down to 35. You know, or right just a tickle above freezing tonight. But you got everything that you need to do this right. I watched how you set all your stuff up and loaded your pack. You're better at this than I ever was. I wish I could go out with her and do more, you know, backpacking trips like this. But as I've said many times in the past, guys, a man's got to know his limits. And with my condition that I have to live with, I gotta operate within my parameters. I really do. And so, but this is going to be neat. This is another one of we believe it's another one of Wyatt Earp's.
Yes, that's
old mines.
From what we gather, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then there's going to be a few others too that she's going to hike back into, which were also Wyatt's claims.
Yeah, he said that he had there were over 100 scattered throughout the Whipples and the Turtles and this whole area nearby Dell.
Yep. Yeah, so this is going to be pretty neat. So stay tuned. Okay. We will definitely notify everybody when her channel is up and running and we've got content for it. All right, guys, thanks for coming along on another episode of Gly Coolness. We'll see y'all on the next one. Take care now.